Today, I want to talk about how to move on from the pain of divorce. How do you start to get past all of those painful emotions, the anger, the guilt, the hurt, the grief, the regret? The secret is actually the opposite of what you'd expect. To move through that pain, to move past that pain, first you have to allow those emotions to be there in your body and accept them. This is the opposite of what most of us do. I see this all the time when I start working with clients. They'll think back on a memory. A memory will come to mind, something they see in the house with their kids reminds them of their ex, and they remember an argument and they think, oh my gosh, I was such an idiot, right? And they feel really ashamed of the way that they blew up, that they lashed out, that they were angry, and that ruined their marriage. Instead of staying in that feeling of shame for a moment, instead of being there and allowing that emotion and accepting that they feel shame and regret around this event, they fight it. They fight it in a couple of ways. First, they usually beat themselves up about it. I'm such an idiot. I shouldn't have acted that way. Why do I always let my temper get the best of me? I'm never going to be successful in a relationship again. I ruined my marriage. I'm not enough. Of course she left me. I'm such an asshole. And then a moment later, they get defensive and they're like, well, yeah, she wasn't that perfect either. And, I never would have lost my temper if she hadn't done X, Y, and Z. And she's at fault in this too. And she doesn't even see that. And we get caught up in all of this emotional drama. And the result is that we can never resolve that feeling. We get stuck in this inner argument, in this war within ourselves, trying to solve the problem. Who's at fault? How can I start to feel better? Right? But we're not actually feeling better. We're just staying stuck in the same cycle, in the same argument with ourselves over and over and over again. What we need to do in that moment is say, okay, wow, yeah, I feel ashamed of the way I acted in the past. Doesn't feel good. Shame doesn't feel good. But guess what? That's true. That's real. You feel that right now. That is. So can you say for a moment, okay, I feel shame right now. Can I accept that this is happening in my body, that this is happening in my thoughts? I'm feeling shame. I'm thinking about that regret. Can I accept that? And then you allow it to be there. The goal of doing this, of accepting and allowing, is to start to cultivate a little bit of compassion for yourself. Compassion opens up the possibility of curiosity. And curiosity is the path that is going to get you through these feelings, help you heal, and help you move on. So when I start to allow, when I say, okay, yeah, this sucks. I feel angry right now and I don't like that and it's uncomfortable, but I'm going to let it be. I'm going to let that be in my body. I'm angry right now. Where is that? Where does it live? It lives in my stomach, in my face, in my throat. Okay, I don't like this, but it's happening to me right now. And if I can just stop resisting, stop fighting reality, right? I am angry right now. My fighting it, my arguing my way out of it, my trying to justify it or ignore it doesn't change the fact that I am angry right now, right? So if I can accept what is, if I can accept reality in this moment, I am angry. That opens up curiosity. I can look at that anger. Where is it? How big is it? What color is it? What does it feel like? What happens as I lean in and experience that anger? What do I hear? Maybe there's a voice in my head that's mad at my ex. Maybe I lean into that and I notice that that voice is saying that there's, something wrong with me, that it's not fair, that she shouldn't have left, that she shouldn't have treated me that way, that she's wrong, and that maybe she's right? Maybe I'm not enough. Maybe I was a bad husband. Maybe I was a bad wife. What is in there? What is the seed of self-doubt? What is the fear? Maybe in that anger, as I lean into those physical feelings and allow it to be there, I notice that I'm lonely and I'm scared of being lonely and I'm afraid I won't find connection again. Curiosity opens up possibilities. It helps you understand yourself. It helps you make sense of what you're experiencing, and it starts to show you a path through. You are trying to create a little bit of space in yourself so that you can love yourself a little bit and get curious a little bit about what's happening in me. That is how you start to move through the pain of divorce. That is how you start to move through all of these emotions and heal and go on into a future where you don't have to repeat the same mistakes. You don't have to repeat the same emotional patterns of the past, because the difference now going forward is I know how to love myself a little bit. I know how to have some compassion for myself. I can accept that I'm going to experience a whole range of human emotions, and a lot of them are going to be uncomfortable. But you know what? It's our resistance to those emotions that keeps us stuck. It is not the emotion that is the problem. It is the fact that we fight it, that we don't let it be there, that we don't want it. Most of us have no idea how it feels to be anxious. We only know how it feels to resist anxiety. When you resist anxiety, it doesn't go away, it gets stronger. When you resist anxiety, you end up having a panic attack. That's true of so many emotions. Fighting them doesn't work. Stifling them doesn't work. Resisting them does not make them go away. There's a famous Austrian neurologist and psychiatrist and author, Viktor Frankl, and he wrote, "Between the stimulus and the reaction, there is a space. And in that space lies our power and our freedom." That's the space I want you to open up for yourself by accepting reality, by accepting what is, accepting what you feel, and allowing that to be. You open up a space between whatever stimulated, whatever triggered that emotion in you and your reaction. Right now, that emotion is triggered and you go right in to self-loathing, beating yourself up, hating your ex, or you go right into this inner war, this inner battle, this inner conflict. I want to give you some breathing room between the stimulus and all of that mental chatter. That space where you can sit and say, oof, feeling guilty. Don't like that. Not comfortable, but it's true. It's how I feel right now. Let's lean in. What if that's okay? When we resist that emotion, it doesn't go away. It's still there. But now, in addition to feeling guilty, I'm feeling desperate to not feel guilty. And I am doing all of this exhausting mental work to try to get away from my guilt, to try to think my way out of my guilt. It doesn't work. It just wears me out. It drains me. Stop fighting with reality. There's another quote I love from Byron Katie. She says, "When you argue with reality, you lose, but only 100% of the time." She's right. She's right. How you feel is. You might not like it. You might wish you felt differently, but it's real. It's what's happening right now. And when you try to deny that, when you try to avoid it, when you try to get away with it, you just set yourself up to experience so much pain and so much struggle. Stop fighting what you feel. It's not helping. Allow it, accept it. Accept that you hate it. That's fine. That's also real. You don't want to feel this right now and you hate it right now. Okay. Yeah, I'm feeling sad and that sucks and I don't want to feel sad. That's all true. Accept it all. And then sit with it for a minute. Allow it to be in your body without trying to fight it, ignore it, distract yourself from it. Stop telling yourself a million stories about it. And just notice, what is it? What is sadness? It's physical sensations in your body. It's pressure behind your eyes. It's wetness on your face. It is an ache in your heart. How big is it? What color is it? Does it move? When I sit with it for a moment, what do I notice? What do I hear? What do I feel? It is. What if nothing has gone wrong? That is your assignment to start working with your pain. Can you notice when you start to feel it, how quickly you go to fight it? How do you buffer? How do you distract yourself? What do you do to avoid that emotion? And can you, for just a moment, take a deep breath, create a little bit of space, and sit in it for just a moment and say, okay, this is what is. It's hard, but I'm going to sit here, notice, and see if you can't plant those two seeds, a seed of self-compassion. This is what is. It's not your fault. Nothing has gone wrong. This is what you're feeling. That's the seed of self-compassion. And the second is the seed of curiosity. Can I lean in? What can I discover here? What can I learn? What information is there within me here? That is how you start to heal your pain, how you start to move forward, and how you set yourself up for future happiness. Because that future happiness doesn't come from whatever partner you're with. It doesn't come from your ex realizing and admitting that they were wrong and it was all their fault. It doesn't come from getting full custody of your children. It doesn't come from any of that. Your future happiness comes from that self-compassion, from saying, I'm going to love myself in the future, even though sometimes I'm going to feel angry or anxious or guilty. Because when that happens, I'm not going to freak out. I'm not going to hate myself and beat myself up for it. I'm going to say, oh yeah, that is right now. There's that human emotion, and I'm going to ride through it, and I'm going to love myself through it. That's how you get happy later. That's how you create the life that you want later. It's not by deleting your emotions. It's not by stomping them down. It's not by changing them. It's by accepting them and loving yourself through it. Give it a try. Leave me a note in the comments. Let me know how it goes. I hope this helps, and I'll see you guys again in the next video.